Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the Ohio County Public Library for story time today. Bottom of your screen has a reminder about story time boxes. This is the April box. It is Catch the Reading Bug. Inside you will find a book, there's a craft, there are some other fun items. If you have not signed up for yours, have someone at home send me an email to the address at the bottom of your screen. Leanne, Leeann .cleary, CLEARY, at ohiocountylibrary.org. We will be doing more boxes. We will be doing a May box, and then we will be getting ready to sign up for the summer reading program. So for summer, we're not going to have boxes. We'll have a bag with all of your summer reading activities inside. So all sorts of fun stuff coming up here at the library. Speaking of fun stuff, story time at the park. Weather's not going to be really good for the next couple days. And unfortunately, Miss Leanne has an appointment this afternoon that I cannot miss. So we are maybe looking at Friday for a story time at the park. I will let you know. I just looked at the weather. It says 60 and sunny for Friday, but we're going to wait until probably tomorrow when we do our story and activity. And then I will announce for sure if we're going to give Friday a shot or if we are just going to wait till next week. The good news is the colder temperatures don't look like they're going to stick around. They look like it's just going to be a couple days and then we're going to be back to nice weather. So if we don't get a story time at the park this week, I apologize. We will shoot for next week. But right now, I'm kind of keeping my eye on Friday. So that one might work out for us. In the meantime, we have story time today. So we hit the floor together, hit the floor together, hit the floor together because it's fun to do. We clap our hands together, clap our hands together, clap our hands together because it's fun to do. We wiggle our fingers together, wiggle our fingers together, wiggle our fingers together because it's fun to do. We wave our arms together, wave our arms together, wave our arms together because it's fun to do. We kick our feet together, kick our feet together, kick our feet together because it's fun to do. And we all say hello, we all say hello, we all say hello because it's fun to do. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, nod your head. If you want to hear a story, nod your head. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, nod your head. If you want to hear a story, sit real still. If you want to hear a story, sit real still. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, sit real still. Nice job, friends. Okay, oops, let's take all those down. And our story for today is Loveykins by Quentin Blake, illustrated by Quentin Blake as well. Angela Bowling took her shopping bag and set off for the village. It was a bright spring morning, but the wind had blown all night in the great woods, and there were leaves and fallen branches everywhere. And there was something else. My goodness, said Angela. It's a baby bird blown out of his nest. This little Loveykins needs someone to look after him. She wrapped him up carefully in her scarf and took him home with her. When they got there, Angela added a shawl and an old sweater so that the little bird would be warm and safe. Then she sat him in a lovely basket that once used to hold flowers. She fed him with spoonfuls of warm milk. He should have a name, said Angela. I shall call him Augustus. Only the best was good enough for Augustus. Angela fed the baby bird creamed carrots, chocolate eclairs, black forest cake, and boxes of chocolates with assorted fillings. Augustus ate the whole box. Who's a Loveykins then? Said Angela. The next morning, Angela bought a fancy new stroller and had a special umbrella to keep off the rain and the sun. Every morning after that, Angela would wrap Augustus up carefully so that he didn't catch cold, and they would set off for the village. They met Elsie Lyons and the twins by the duck pond, Miss Trifle and her dollies on High Street, and Harold and his brother Gerald with their dog Wellington outside the library. At the village store, Angela Bowling bought all the best things to eat that she could find. Augustus ate and ate, and as the days went by, he grew bigger and bigger. At last, he was too big for his basket and too big for the stroller, especially with all those sweaters and blankets wrapped around him to make sure he didn't catch cold. So Angela Bowling bought a brand new garden shed, especially for Augustus. Every morning, she would take him a tray of good things to eat. And then once again, there came a night of dreadful weather, and big winds blew through the great woods. In the morning, Angela Bowling got up, put on her robe, and stepped out to see how her little Loveykins had spent the night. But what did she see before her? The garden shed had blown flat by the wind, and there, with piles of blankets and sweaters strewn about him, stood Augustus, shaking his wings. Angela Bowling fainted clean away. Augustus covered her carefully with a pink flowery blanket. Then, with his wings creaking slightly from the lack of use, he began to fly. He flew through the village, over Elsie Lyons and the twins, over Miss Trifle and her dollies, and over Harold and brother Gerald and their dog Wellington. He flew up into the trees of the great woods. There he ate several beetles and the remains of a dead squirrel. And then he flew on up into the bright blue sky. Further and further he rose, circling on the warm winds high above the clouds. For below he could see Angela Bowling sleeping peacefully under the pink flowery blanket, and stretched out before him such prospects, such vistas. It took Angela Bowling a long time to recover from her shock, but after 6 months, she had her garden shed rebuilt. In it, she started a wonderful collection of cactuses of all shapes and sizes. And every so often, just when she least expecting it, there was a rustle of wings, and Augustus was there on the roof of the shed. He always brings Angela a present, a dead mouse, perhaps, or a few beetles. She never eats them. The end. So I hope you enjoyed Loveykins. All right, are you ready for Old Macdonald? Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had an owl, E-I-E-I-O, with a hoo-hoo here and a hoo-hoo there, here a hoo, there a hoo, everywhere a hoo-hoo. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had, oops, there we go, an otter, E-I-E-I-O, with a splish splash here and a splish splash there, here a splish, there a splash, everywhere a splish splash. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had, we're digging way down in the bottom of the farm today, a chick, E-I-E-I-O, with a peep peep here and a peep peep there, here peep, there peep, everywhere peep peep. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had a bat. My bat has very wrinkly wings today. E-I-E-I-O, with a flap flap here and a flap flap there, here flap, there flap, everywhere flap flap. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had a turtle, E-I-E-I-O, with a creep creep here and a creep creep there, here creep, there creep, everywhere creep creep. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had one last one. What did we get? Oh, a bunny, E-I-E-I-O, with a hop hop here and a hop hop there, here a hop, there a hop, everywhere a hop hop. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. All right, friends, thank you for joining me for story time. Again, if you are interested in our Catch the Reading Bug box for April, please have a big person at home send me an email. My email address is at the bottom of the screen, Leanne, Leeann, Cleary, Cleary, at ohiocountylibrary.org. Tomorrow at noon, we will be doing our story and activity. And tomorrow at noon, I will announce if we are going to try to do our story time at the park on Friday. So make sure that you check in and see what our plans are for the week. Bye, friends. I hope you have a fantastic day.